Hey friends, I'm here with a short sequence that's focused really on building power and strength in the legs with a little added bonus for some core here. We're going to be almost entirely standing, and so you don't need anything in terms of blocks except perhaps maybe access to a chair or a wall if you feel like you might want just the backup for stability. And so this makes this practice really safe for shoulders or wrist injuries. There is some movement up and down with the arms, so modify as needed, taking hands either to shoulders or just keeping the hands right at heart center. So you choose, take care of yourself today. Make sure that you have some water nearby. And when you're ready, we'll make our way to the top of our mats here. Set the feet maybe just a little bit closer than hip distance. And take a second to rock back and forth from the heels to the front of the foot. Maybe spreading the toes really nice and wide, picking them up, stretching them out, and then placing them back down. Really find that strong base here. We're going to be really rooting down through our feet, through this practice, kind of pushing the ground away as we move. So we want to make sure we've got this nice firm connection here. Moving up from the feet, let's give the kneecaps a little lift up. Just kind of engage those quads. And then coming to the low belly and the pelvis here. That's now the tendency can be sometimes, especially as we lift those quads up, to tuck the tailbone in and kind of squeeze through the glutes. Also, what we want to be mindful of is just keeping our pelvis in a nice neutral position here, not sticking the bum out too far behind us, just finding it kind of floating over top of the legs here. And you could even try a little shift side to side just to see how easy that feels. Just letting the hip sockets kind of sway a little. And then we'll come to stillness here, hug that low belly in and up. And as we do so, take a little check-in with our rib cage. If it's starting to splay out a little bit here, let's hug those low ribs in and down. Weave that basket of muscles deep, deep in the core together. Let the shoulders fall down away from the ears. Let the collarbones be really nice and broad. And pull the head back just so that it is resting right over top of the shoulders. Our natural tendency, especially when we are working at our desks, can be to take the chin and the head forward. We just want to kind of push it back in and up. Find that nice, strong alignment. When you're here, let's take big 3 cleansing breaths. Inhale through the nose and the mouth, and exhale on the side. Let it go. 2 more, just like that. Breathing in and out. Find yourself here on the mat in this present moment. 1 more breath. And we are ready to begin. Let's start. Change nothing in the body. We're just going to take the arms up overhead here. Palms are facing towards each other. And you could imagine that you have a block between the hands that you're kind of pressing together here to get some engagement into the shoulders. Take a second to check in with those low ribs. Make sure they're still pulling down. Take another inhale to stretch up a little taller. Exhale, we're going to sit back into a chair, bring the hands to about shoulder height. Do that 2 more times. So inhale, straighten through the legs, take the arms back up. Exhale, sit down. Nice and slow to start. 1 more time. Inhale, stretch and lift. Exhale, lower. We'll pause here for 3 breaths. If the shoulders are starting to get a little cranky, by all means, just bring the hands to heart. See if you can sink a little lower on the next exhale. And now we'll shift the weight over to the left. Step back with the right foot and windmill the hands open towards this right side into our warrior 2. So back foot is approximately 45 degrees. We're rotating that front thigh open and back as we take the chest and the pelvis right open towards this right side. Take another breath here. Find your stance. Challenge and bend through that front knee. And then we'll begin with heel raises on this left foot. So lower, lifting and lowering nice and slow for 8, 7, 6 with control, 5, 4, 3, jaw relaxes, 2, and 1. Pause here. Keep that heel lifted. We'll take the hands to the ears, elbows really nice and wide. And now we're going to crunch over towards this left knee. So here's where the abs come on in. 2, 3, 4. You got this. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Take the left elbow to the left thigh. You can lower that heel right back down. Stretch the right arm overhead for your side angle. Take a breath here. Now we're coming back to our high lunge. So we're going to come to rotate the chest and the pelvis towards the front edge of the mat again, coming back onto those back toes. Bring both arms overhead. If you need to make an adjustment to your stance for stability, go ahead. Maybe shorten it up a little bit. Arms stretching up. Take an inhale. Exhale, we're going to dip this right knee down, just partway towards the floor. And then inhale to straighten. And 2. And 3. Last time, pause here. Reach the hands forward, take them back to chest height, palms come together, and then exhale nice and slow. Bring that right foot, or right knee, my apologies, all the way to the mat. Once you feel firmly rooted here, we're going to start by pulling this left hand along the inside of the right arm, all the way across the armpit, across the chest, opening right up towards this left side. Big T. And then close it up like a big barn door. 2 more of those. Twisting through the back here. And then bringing the chest forward. Last time. Hold it here. Now let's take the left hand to the back of the right thigh. Reach that right arm up and overhead. Little extra stretch through the quad and the abdominals. And then unwind. We'll take both fingers towards the floor, come up onto the back knee. Step that right foot forward to meet the left. Into a forward fold here, keeping the knees soft. Let the head relax. Maybe even take opposite hands to elbows. Little sway side to side. Noticing the difference between the legs. How do they feel? Maybe the right leg feels a little longer than the left. Let's release fingertips to the earth. We'll take an inhale to come on up halfway, fingers to shins or thighs. Exhale, release, fold forward. 2 more, just like that. Inhaling to stretch. Exhale, release. Last time, inhale, come on up halfway. On the exhale, we're going to pause here. Now, deepen the knee bend, press through the heels, back stays nice and straight as we inhale to rise. Circle hands up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart. Return to your Tadasana, your mountain pose. Reset your foundation. Reset your breath. And we'll get ready to repeat all of that on the other side. Inhale, take hands up overhead. Exhale, sit down to your chair. 2 more. Inhale, straighten to stretch. Exhale, sit right back. 1 more time. Inhale. Exhale, pause here for 3 breaths. Checking in with the pelvis. Making sure we're not sticking the bum out or tucking it in too much. Find that kind of neutral float there. Take another breath. We're going to shift the weight over towards the right, step back with the left foot, and windmill open towards our left side, warrior two. Find your foundation again here. Let the jaw unclench. And then heel raises right foot. 2, 3, 4, maybe little smile. 5, 6, 7, you got this. 8, let's pause with that right heel lifted. Take the hands to the ears and crunch over towards that right knee. Now, not only is this like an oblique crunch here, but it's also really excellent core stabilizer. So using all of those muscles to keep our balance as we crunch to the side, staying high on those right toes for 3 and 2 and 1. Take right elbow to right thigh. Lower that foot down, the heel right to the mat. Stretch left arm. One more breath here. And then we'll get ready to come back to our lunge here. So coming back onto our left toes. Take both arms up overhead. Find that stance, find your balance. And then next exhale, dip the left knee down, stretch it back up. For 2 and 1, hold it here. Stretch arms forward, palms together, nice and slow. Lower that left knee down towards the floor. Pause here for a sec. And then now let's start by pulling the right hand back across the chest, rotating here. Open up towards the back. And then close it up. 2 more. Really hugging that low belly in as you rotate. Last one. Pull it back. Broaden that chest. And then take left hand to left thigh, right hand to left thigh. Stretch that left hand up overhead. And then unwind. Releasing fingertips to the mat. Pick up the left knee. Step that foot forward to meet the right. Pause here in your forward fold. Maybe pedal the feet out a little bit. Give the head a little shake. Anything here that feels pretty good. And then we'll take an inhale, pull the fingertips to the shins, half lift. Exhale, release. Maybe take the hands to the backs of the shins here. 2 more. Inhale to lift. Open the chest. Exhale, belly to thighs. Hugging the head between the shins. One more time. Inhale, come up halfway. We'll pause here for our exhale. Bend the knees just a little. Press down through the heels as you inhale to rise. Nice straight back. Palms kiss overhead. Exhaling the hands back through heart center. And then release them by your sides. Ending our practice the same way that we started in our Tadasana. Breathing all of that heat and strength that we have created in the body. Letting it flow through the whole system. Feel the heart and the blood pumping. And feeling yourself firmly rooted at the same time as you are growing up and out of the ground. Thank you so much for joining me for this practice today. Please let me know what you think. And until I see you next time, be excellent to yourselves and each other. Thank you.